Hey everybody, Chris Lyon with the Prize Foundation here. I've got another really great filmmaker interview going right now. We've got the team from We Got Your Six. It's going to be a fantastic interview, but before we get started, I want to remind everybody that Louisiana Film Prize is Thursday, September 30th through Saturday, October 2nd. Screening is going to be going all through those 3 days. We also have a number of other really great events going on. Of course, Music Prize and Fashion Prize will be September 24th and 25th, the weekend before Film Prize. And then on Film Prize weekend, we also have Louisiana Food Prize and, for the first time, Louisiana Comedy Prize as a real full-on competition. So be sure to go to prizefest.com, check out all the events, all the artists, buy those tickets. There are online tickets available too for Film Prize for those who want to experience the film festival online. So go there, check it all out. There's so much to explore. The other thing I'll remind you about is that Prize Fest is going to be a festival that requires either vaccination proof or a negative COVID test in order to enter. So be sure to be considering that when you're purchasing your tickets and coming down to the festival. We want to make sure everybody is as healthy and safe as possible. So with that, let's get started with the team from We Got Your Six. Danny, Patrick, Greg, why don't you all introduce yourselves? We'll start with you, Danny.
Hey, y'all. My name is Danny Zanelotti. I'm a local filmmaker here in Shreveport, Louisiana.
All right, Patrick.
I'll go next. My name is Patrick Curtin. I'm an actor and had the pleasure of working with these two fine gentlemen in this film.
And Greg.
Hi, my name is Greg Washington. I'm also an actor in We Got Your Six.
Fantastic. So why don't we start with the basics here? Tell us about what We Got Your Six is about. And where the inspiration for this story comes from. Danny, I know that this subject is close to your heart.
Yeah, so We Got Your Six follows 4 troubled veterans as they embark on an experimental type of counseling, group counseling. Patrick actually plays the group counselor, and Greg is one of the other veterans. And this deals with veteran suicide due to PTSD. A lot of people have seen this picture of the combat medic from Iraqi Freedom. Well, you can't see it, okay. But everyone has seen the picture. Let me give you a little context. The guy's name is Joseph Dwyer. He was a friend of mine. When he came back, I knew something was wrong. I said, dude, you need to get help. I went to his chain of command. I said, he needs to get help. I went to my chain of command to tell his chain of command he needs to get help. He wound up getting dishonorably discharged out of the Army because he was having problems. And I think it was 2008 or 2010, I was working in Iraq, and every morning I would wake up and read the news. I read the article that he killed himself with an overdose due to PTSD. Throughout the years, I've had friends of mine that have killed themselves, and it sucks. But what really motivated me, because I wrote this a while ago and I wasn't going to do it, but I had 2 more of my brothers that excuse me, that I served with, and in February they killed themselves 2 weeks from each other, and that's why I decided to do this movie to reach out to veterans and also kind of show everyone else, you know, what some of the things that we went through.
Absolutely. And Patrick, you play a therapist who's working on this experimental process. What was it like being able to kind of jump into this story and tell it the way Danny was trying to do it?
Well, you know, as an actor, we always try to tell stories, but this story, especially because it did mean so much. And it was, you know, Danny deeply felt this story, and you could tell while we were filming just how much he cared. And this was something so dear to his heart. So it was a real privilege for me to act in this. And to play a counselor who is trying to reach people through Zoom, through, you know, teleconferencing, and just hearing the horrific stories that they went through. And, you know, it was humbling. It was really humbling. It's a powerful script, and very proud to be a part of it.
Absolutely. And Greg, I know that this story means something to you too. Why don't you share a little bit about how you were getting into the role that you got into, and how you were able to kind of pull yourself into that?
It was really nice to scratch the surface of, you know, creating something that, speaks out to my brothers and sisters in the armed services. It's a hard subject. hard subject. Turning yourself off for any amount of time, to get the job done is very hard. And then when you come back, it's, I don't know, it's difficult to talk to people about what you've experienced. So yeah, it was really nice to try to scratch the surface of that. And hopefully it speaks to people, and, those people that need help actually get it. That'd be great.
Absolutely. So Danny, why don't you explain, this is obviously not your first rodeo at the Film Prize. Actually, all of you have had experience with the Film Prize in several different capacities, but Danny, you've been a filmmaker before. You've obviously been in acting roles in Film Prize. What attracts you to the Film Prize as a festival?
Well, one, it's local, but one of the key things is that whether you're making a movie or someone else making a movie, we have to help each other. If we don't, the projects don't get done. I've sat out there and held lights to 4 o'clock in the morning on somebody else's project just because that's what they needed. So we all work together. So this is like we're all family in this area. And then I love the fact that Film Prize helps keep film in this area and help still keep people working on projects and stuff like that.
Absolutely. So why don't we talk a little bit about the process of making this film, since you were talking a bit there about the process of helping other people hang lights at 4 a.m. What was the process like for making this film? I understand that a large part of it takes place through Zoom. What was it like putting all those logistics together? How did it work?
Actually, believe it or not, logistically, this is the easiest movie I've ever done. If you watch it, believe it or not, everything was filmed in one building during the counseling session. And Clint just loved the idea. I wasn't hanging 30 feet up, in the air this year. But everybody was actually in the same building. And if I needed to say something, I could just put my head out the door and just say, hey, do it this way. This is what's wrong, or whatever. So, and I think, Patrick, didn't we finish just after lunch on that day?
Yeah, it was a real quick, one of the quickest days I've ever had.
One of the cool things also is that, when we filmed it, even though most of it was on Zoom, each person had their close-up. So we did it all in 5 takes, but they're all one long take. So it was, like I said, logistically, it was the easiest one I've ever done.
That's really cool. So you're telling me that you were recording through Zoom, but you also had a camera in the room with the person all rolling at the same time?
Yeah. So for each person's close-up, yes. But then we also had 5 takes of the Zoom call as well. Wow,
that's a really cool way to do that. Super. I'm sure that there are people who are wondering how to make a film in times like these, but that's a really innovative way of doing it. Was there a moment on set where you realized that it was going to work, where maybe before you weren't as sure how it was going to work, or was it just I know that you've worked with Clint McCommon to help run the production side, and you've worked with him before, but are there any stories from set you'd like to share?
I had already tested everything out and way before. So, obviously you can record the Zoom. I did get with Clint a few times about, I was concerned about the sound, especially trying to do it with a laptop microphone. I was wondering if it was still going to come out right. But seeing how it all came together on set, I could see, okay, well, this is exactly how I wanted it to look. I was just, more concerned about the sound and, where to put the close-ups and everything. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you turned in the film this year, was it any different than previous years? Are you excited about what is happening this year as far as the other films that are out there? What are you seeing?
Oh, well, actually, I'm very excited this year. We got some great films. I know most of them that came out, I just think it's really great, to see a lot of new faces this year too. That they kept on, making films and they made it in. So I'm definitely excited, and from what I've seen off the list, it looks really good.
Yeah. You know, one thing, Chris, talking about the film prize, one of the things Danny stressed while we were shooting this, he said, look, we're making this. If it gets in film prize, great. If it doesn't, we're really making this for helping people. You know, he really wants to take this further and help people. So the fact that he got into film prize was something that's powerful. Is just a great bonus.
Yeah.
So you talked about earlier about the about wanting to reach people and make sure that they know that this is an issue. It's certainly an awareness thing. What are there, you know, things that the average person who isn't really familiar with what, you know, PTSD is like can do to help those that are suffering through that, whether they're, you know, in the military or not?
Yeah. So the stories are all based on on actual events. Excuse me. I did have to change up names and stuff like that, but with the civilians, I want them to take away that, you know, that guy might look like he's doing okay, but that's some of the thoughts that are going on in the back of his head. So, and then I would really like to also, you know, just emphasize to let, you know, the veterans that are out there that if you need help, talk to somebody. Anybody, you want to talk to a counselor, you want to talk to another veteran, you want to call the crisis hotline and talk to somebody. So there's kind of a message for both sides on that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And you know, Greg, I was wondering if you might be able to offer some insight to that as well. When people are kind of unaware of the challenges that people in the armed forces go through, it can be really hard to convey the challenges that they might face on returning home. Do you have anything that you might offer to audiences as they're tuning into the film that they should be paying attention to?
Oh, yes. I think there's such a deal of giving someone whom you believe is hardened space, but also having some form of communication. You know, not everyone interprets loss or pain or PTSD the same way. So it's really, I don't know, just reach out to them. And for those people that are watching this, if you really need someone to talk to, give me a call. My number is 318-393-0832, and I'll talk to you all day long about it. And if you need more help than that, I'll help you get it. Because I don't know, we just need more than that. I think we need more than that. It's just as people in general. Like, think of last year and how much PTSD it put people through just being in the house for a year. So it goes beyond just veterans. Like, get help, man. Talk to somebody. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I got.
Right. So as we were kind of moving toward the festival, and you know, I'm going to ask you to kind of put on the imagination hat for a moment and just think about, you know, what it's like. You're standing, you know, at the stage on the Sunday after Film Prize, and the name "We Got Your Six" is written on that giant check. You know, $25,000. What are your plans for it, and what are you going to do next?
So after I pay out the cast and crew and my agent, what's left over, because this is a cause and I don't think I should profit from it, I plan on donating it to nonprofit organizations in this area that help veterans with PTSD.
Yeah, a great and noble cause. That'd be a wonderful gift, I'm sure. Is there anything else that you'd like to kind of leave our audiences with? Maybe we can do a round robin. Everybody chime in here at the end. You know, tell people why they should vote for the film and what you hope that they are able to kind of walk away from it with.
Well, first, you know, like I said, it's just kind of showing both sides about what happens with veterans and how they need to reach out to somebody. And with the civilians that they don't understand, this might help you understand a little bit about why it's such a problem. 22 veterans every day since the Afghan war started, every day 22 veterans kill themselves. We've actually lost more to veteran suicide than we did in combat. So just understand that there is a trigger warning that some of these stories are very graphic. So viewer discretion is advised, but I just hope you take away from it, kind of what's going on in the back of our heads all the time and why things are sometimes difficult for us.
Yeah.
Patrick?
Well, I'll say, art is really, they say art's a window to the soul. Art well done teaches. And I think watching this film is going to make you think about things you've probably never thought about before. You're going to hear stories that you probably hoped you wouldn't hear, but it's going to make you understand the plight of so many veterans right now. And it's very powerful. And, I applaud Danny for, he lived this. Greg lived this. And they had the bravery and the conviction to tell these stories. And I'm just very proud to be a part of it.
Yeah, thank you. Greg?
I think he's frozen.
May have frozen out.
Yeah, he's never that still.
We will.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Well, we're gonna.
Oh, is it working now?
Yes.
Is it working? What about now? Better?
Give it.
I lost my cousin and a mentor earlier this year who was a veteran and a father, and the brightest light of a human being that you could ever meet. And I think nobody knew what was going on mentally with him. So I hope out of this, like I said, you get a glimpse, like it's touching the surface of a bigger issue. And I really hope that awareness goes through. And I don't know, man, people just become better to each other. But I hope they get out of this.
Yeah, well, and certainly, as you pointed out, we've all been through something really, really difficult over the last year. So at least people can relate in some measure, I think. And so we're very excited about that. And to kind of move us out into a positive light as we're leaving this conversation, we're going to do our Viva La Film Prize here at the end, if that's okay with everybody.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We'll do it on 3. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Viva La Film Prize!
Fantastic. Thank you guys so much. And as just a reminder, Film Prize is going to be Thursday, September 30th through Saturday, October 2nd, with the award ceremony on the 3rd on Sunday. You can get those tickets at prizefest.com. We've got a full schedule of screenings coming here very soon. And we hope that you're all there. Reminder again that Prize Fest will be either a vaccination card or a negative COVID test in order to get in. We're going to mask in indoor spaces and do all the things that we can to keep our community as safe and healthy as possible. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.